The advantages of online distance learning. The technological component of learning is constantly growing. More and more classes are taking place online, yet rather than simply being a substitute for classroom courses, they can be blended with a classroom-based approach. This often offers students a more engaging and motivating experience. In a series of 4 blog posts, Mike Rost will let us in on how we can use online distance learning in our teaching to motivate our students. This first post talks about the advantages of online learning, why teachers find it useful, and why students enjoy it. Distance learning versus classroom courses. Typically, there are two sets of teachers interested in experimenting with online teaching. First is those who are considering using distance learning courses for students who can attend classes. Second, those who are looking to supplement their classroom teaching with more interactive or personalized online components. Yet, regardless of the category they fall into, they'll both often ask me the question, what can distance learning courses provide that classroom courses can't? And this is the right question to ask. Looking at the relative advantages of online courses help us discern what is the best use of classroom time for learning and what is the best use of online time for learning. Knowing this allows us to make better decisions about how and when to use online learning. Instead of simply adopting an online courses, adding online components just because they look attractive or using great technology just because it alleviates scheduling problems, we can choose them for the added value they provide. The strengths of classroom-based learning versus online learning. To respond to the initial question, the strengths of a classroom-based course are: first, easier community building. Second, direct access to a live teacher for inspiration, guidance, and feedback. Third, more live opportunities for communicative practice with other students. Four, provision of a structured schedule. As for the strength of a distance learning course, the following come to mind. They provide easier access to course resource, offer greater convenience for the teacher and learner, and offer flexibility in scheduling, can be personalized, that is, teacher can cater to each student's proficiency level and learning goals by delivering different online resources, including videos, readings, and listenings to individual students so they can work on them in their own time. Why learners choose online courses? We've seen the potential reason why teachers may opt for incorporating distance learning materials. But why do learners choose online courses over classroom ones? In my observance since grade school, it is essential to give us choices. Choices is an important aspect of engagement and motivation, and the only way that students are going to learn as if they feel engaged. I gave them choices in activities, homework, schedules, tests, and even grading. Advantages of distance learning for students. First, you have the opportunity to learn at any time. A student who studies remotely can decide when and how much time devote during a semester to studying the material. They make an individual study schedule for themselves. Some educational institutions give their students the opportunity to postpone and return to their students without having to pay tuition fees again. Second, you have the opportunity to study at your own pace. Students do not have to worry that they will leave their classmates behind. You can always go back to studying more complicated questions, watch videos lectures several times, read correspondence from the teacher, and you can skip already known topics. The main thing is to successfully pass intermediate and final attestations. Third, you can study any place. Students can study without leaving their home or office, anywhere in the world. To start learning, you must have a computer with internet access. Absence of the need to attend an educational institution every day is a definite advantage for people with disabilities, for those living in hard-to-reach areas, imprisoned parents with young children. Fourth, offers on-the-job training. It is possible to study remotely in several courses simultaneously to receive the next higher degree. For this purpose, it is not necessary to take a vacation at the main place of work or go on business trips. They are educational organizations that organize corporate training, professional development for employees of firms and civil servants. In this case, the study does not interrupt the length of service and the issues studied can be immediately applied to working life. Fifth, high training results. Studies by American scientists show that the results of distance learning are not inferior or even superior to traditional forms of education. Distance learning students study most of the learning material on their own. This improves the memorization and understanding of topics learned, and the ability to immediately apply the knowledge in practice at work helps to consolidate it. In addition, the use of the latest technology in the learning purposes makes it more interesting and lively. 6. Offers mobility. Communication with teachers, tutors is carried out in different ways, both online and offline. Consulting with a tutor by email is sometimes more effective and faster than scheduling a face-to-face meeting in person or by correspondence. 7 is availability of training materials. To students who study remotely or unfamiliar with such a problem, access to all necessary literature is available to students after registration on the university website or they receive educational materials by mail. 8. Distance education is cheaper. If we compare training in a single specialty on a commercial basis, both full-time and remotely, the second will be cheaper. The students does not have to pay for travel, accommodation, and in the case of foreign universities, they don't need to spend money on a visa or a foreign passport. 9. It is convenient for the teacher. Teachers and tutors who teach remotely can pay attention to more students and work while on a maternity leave, for example. 10. Individual approach. In traditional teaching, it is quite difficult for the teacher to give the necessary amount of attention to all students in the group and to adjust to the work pace of each. The use of distance technologies is suitable for organizing an individual approach. In addition to the fact that the students chooses their own pace of learning, they can quickly get answers from the tutor. That's all for the advantages of distance learning. Thank you, God bless you, and have a good day.